Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel, man. Joe, guys, I'm so happy today. I've finally found a way to convert FS19 textures, ground textures I'm talking about, into FS22, and it works. Wow, yo, it's been such a struggle, guys, because it's been a long time. I mean, it's now like, what's it, June already. It's almost 6, 7 months. That we've been struggling, not having a way to do it, and there has been guys that has done it successfully, but I just couldn't find any way of doing it apart from all this high talking stuff, because you have to almost be I would say a Photoshop engineer to understand what the guys are talking about on certain forums and things where I've had a look, and I just couldn't understand what to do because it's all gibberish to me. So anyway, for us normal guys that doesn't have that much experience in Photoshop and all these fancy photo editing programs. I mean, I'm a technician by day, my work. So I don't really understand this level of things, media stuff. It's like publishing stuff that I don't really get in touch with. But because of the game, we have to live and learn. So here we are, guys. I found a way, and I'm going to share it with you so that you can also convert all your favorite FS19 textures into FS22. So yes. So yes, guys, what I've done, this is the Western Australia map that I'm busy with. I've been looking for sand. I want normal sand because this wet sand just doesn't work for me. Where's the wet sand now? Now that I want it, it's not here. Here by the river, it's okay. You can use wet sand here by the river. I understand that. But in the veld, in the fields and everywhere else, there's wet sand. I've taken most of it, like here, I've taken most of it out already, but I mean wet sand here doesn't make sense, so obviously I want wet sand to be converted into normal sand, and I've done that now. Just to show you quick, I've just done one of the channels, beach sand 01, and I've just got it here now. So this is what it looks like, all beautiful and working in Giants Editor without any errors. I've checked. So there's our favorite beach sand is back. I can now put beach sand on the map everywhere that I want sand, because this wet sand just doesn't work everywhere nicely, so there we go. So I'm going to show you how I've done it. I've just done the one channel, Beach Sand 01. Obviously, there's 4 of them, so we're going to do one of them together so you can see the whole process from start to finish, how to get it into your map and how to convert it first of all. All right, so the process is simple, but before I do that, I have to welcome you. If this is your first time in my channel, a warm welcome to you. Please do hit that subscribe right now. It does help my tiny little channel to grow, and I really appreciate that. And do also share, guys. If you have other guys that struggle with things, I try and make these tutorial videos or help along videos, whatever you want to call it, as easy as possible for everyone to follow, and I do my best to bring the information over so everyone can understand it, in plain English, hopefully. I'm not English, I'm Afrikaans. I'm a South African, so I don't really, English is not my first language, though I do actually can speak it, so hopefully it's understandable enough. Anyway, guys, so let's get stuck in with that. I just want to undo that piece of beach sand I'll put in there. And we're going to do beach sand 02 now from scratch so you can see the whole process. So first of all, we don't need to be in the map. Right, so on the Giants Developer Network, guys, go into your Google and just type in Giants Developer Network and do a search for that. There's a tool that you're going to need. You will see the top one that says gdn.giants-software.com. That's the correct one. So you go in there. If you're not registered there, create yourself a profile under the register here thing, and then log in there and go to the downloads. The downloads is here on top. Great, thanks. My honey has just brought me something to drink. That's very nice. Bless you. And then under the tools, other tools, you need to look for the, it is the texture. What is that tool now? It's the texture. I don't see it there. It's the texture tool. There it is. We need the texture tool, but where is it here? I just want other tools, converted texture, assemble. It can't be that one. It must be under the editor. No, forming shortcut. Export is definitely not there. Here it is, man. Big. Forming Simulator 22. So you download yourself this texture tool. Now what this tool does, it takes a PNG file and it just converts it to the new DDS format. That's why it says Farming Simulator 22 here. So you can't use this for Farming Simulator 19. So finally they've developed this tool which saves your PNG file into the correct format DDS file. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. So the first thing we want to do is obviously once you've downloaded, extract the tool, and this is what it looks like. So you create a folder. I've just got my texture tool folder, and there it is. So the tool that you want is the one that says .exe. I haven't changed any settings in the XML, so just leave it standard, guys. Don't change anything in there. It does do a lot of other things, but you have to manipulate the texture tool XML file to do that. But we want to leave it standard as is, downloaded. It's set up correctly to do your PNG files into the DDS that you want. So now we obviously need some textures. So we're going to go to Farming Simulator 19. Let me just have a look here. Oh, that is my folder. We're going to go Farming Simulator 19, open in a new window, and then you're going to navigate down to data, and then maps, and then textures, and then it should be terrain, and there it is. All these textures, guys, you can now easily convert and add into your own map. That is so wonderful, man. I'm so happy today. I can jump over the moon if I could. Because I mean, there's so many textures here that's not in the new game that people want to bring over, you know, and that they haven't brought over. In my mind, you know, a texture is a thing. The more there is, the merrier. It's like fonts, you know. The more there is, the more creative you can be. So in my mind, giants, how tiny the little brains are that they cannot think just to place all of these textures into the editor so that you can use it, or at least into the new game, you know, so that you can use it. They don't have to give you only 5 or 10 like they did, you know. Maybe they gave more, I don't know. I didn't count them. But there is quite a bit. But they surely, I mean, there's no sand. The only sand they've got is beach sand wet. I mean, what do you want to use beach sand wet for? It only works around dams and oceans and whatever. Anyways, enough chat, guys. So you grab your one of the textures will have 8 files. So there's a diffuse and a normal for 4 channels. So there's 4 channels and 8 files. So each channel has got a diffuse and a normal. So you obviously just copy for that. So beach sand wet, for instance. Are we going to do beach sand? Beach sand. There is beach sand. I just want to get to. So from there, you'll see there's beach sand 04. There's 8 of them. If you hold shift, select the next one is 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. So there's a diffuse and normal for each. So copy that, drop it into your map, or you can actually just put it on your desktop or wherever, because you're going to convert this into a format PNG so that you can use it in the converted tool. All right. So copy that. I've just made a extra what do you call it? The extra directory in my map just for working purposes. So there they are. I want to also bring in the beach sand rough because I like the beach sand rough. It looks nice. Alright, so beach sand 01 I've already done. So here's number 2. So we're going to take this 2 and convert them into beach sand 02 so that I can put it here by its brothers. There's beach sand 01. I've already done that. Alright. So the process is as follows, guys. Beach sand 02. So take one, right click, open with, and then go paint.net. So that's your first thing you want to do. And in paint.net, if you don't have paint.net, just Google once again paint.net download and download the program. It's totally free. You don't have to pay for it, and install it. And there you have it. You've got a photo editor that's fairly uncomplicated. You know, it's very simple and very basic. It's not like Photoshop where there's 600 things and you don't know what like 99% of them means or do even, you know. So anyway, here we go. So the next thing is you're going to scale this now to 1024, because at the moment, if you look here, it's 512 by 512, and Giant's editor 9 or FS22 uses 1024 by 1024, so it's double the size in the actual diffuse. All right, so image and resize, and you just type in 1024 there. Make sure maintain aspect ratio selected, so the width and the height must be the same, 1024. Don't slip up there, because then otherwise you'll have problems in the game. All right, so click OK, and there it is, all done. And now all we're going to do now is File, Save As, and now I'm going to go into my actual map folder, there where I've got the other one, and I'm going to change the DDS, the type, to PNG. So select PNG there. All right, and I'm going to leave the name because we've already got the right name. All right, so we want a PNG now. And there it is. Make sure it's exactly set as I've got it here. You want bit depth to be 32-bit, so you just select 32-bit there. And everything else should be all right. I don't think there's anything else you can change anyway. So it's the maximum size that you've got there. You click OK, and what's going to happen, it's going to export that, and then you close it. You're done with that. Now, if we go to that file that we've exported. Oh, let's do the other one as well, the actual normal map. Sorry guys, go back in there, because we want the normal map to go as well. So open that again, open with paint.net. Same with this one. We're going to resize it first to 1024 and click OK. So now it's double the size. File, Save As. Make sure the name, I want to go back one folder because I want them all to be in here. So when I'm done with it, I can just delete the temp folder and it's all out of my map. And then I've only got left the working ones. All right. So this, and then we change this to PNG here by Save As Type. So the name is still the same. PNG is all we want there. Click on Save and make sure it's 32-bit depth and click OK and close up. All right, so now that too is done. So I can actually now delete these two DDSs. I'm done with them. I'll do the rest later on. But for this tutorial, I just want to show you how to do one set, and then you can do the rest on your own. All right, so here we have now a PNG of the normal and the diffuse. All right, so now, as simple as pie, just click on, have two windows open, your texture tool in the background, and then in the front you have your terrain, the actual texture. So grab the diffuse and drop it onto that texture tool.exe. Just drop it on there and it will tell you it's busy converting. Just wait for it. Don't do anything. Just give it some time. I'm just going to grab a sip of my drink here. Operation completed with no errors. That's what we want to see. Click OK and it will close the tool. And voila, on this side you've got a beat sand.diffuse. And a big tip, guys, if you right click and select properties on that, then make a note of this size here, 1 meg 398,244 bytes. If your thing is anything different than that, it's wrong. It will not accept it. It will give an error if it's anything different than 1,398,244 bytes. All right. Or size on disk 1,400,832. It must be that size, otherwise there's a problem. Something went wrong. Okay, so if it's that size, you will have no problem. And now that we're going to do, I can now delete the PNG file because we're done with that one. And now we're going to just do the normal map as well. Oh, before you do the normal map, guys, I've noticed that if you take the normal map as is, and convert it, it gives like a very high gloss in the thing, and that's also another problem. I think why the FS19 maps is so glossy when you've converted with the editor, because of this normal of the ground textures. I'm going to still investigate that. Remember, I showed you in that previous videos when I did the map conversion, and I was so complaining about it that the whole surface of the map is like a gloss. It glows in the sun, you know. So I think it's got to do with the same thing. But I found a way how to fix that. I'm going to show you now. You have to do this on all your normal maps as well. So you take your normal map again, right click on it. Let me just see. It's the PNG now. You take the PNG, double click to open on. Oh, we don't want to use GIMP. Sorry. I just want to close it again. Right click, open with paint.net again. And then I think it was under adjustment. I must just verify myself here now. I think it was under curves. Yeah. So you go adjustments, curves, and then here by curves you go to RGB and deselect the red and the green. Just have the blue on, and then here on top, if you see the line goes from 0 up to the max, you grab that. Click on it, click and hold, and then bring this down to the middle like that. Alright, so you grab the top, drag it down to the middle. So at 50%, you just leave it there. You click OK, and all is done. Just click Save when you're done with that. Make sure it's 32-bit again. Click OK. We should have actually done that when we did the PNG. And now that gloss will be gone. There will be no funny gloss, whatever. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to now convert this one in the tool. So you just drag it and drop it on the texture tool and wait for it to finish converting. And once it's done, it should say there are no errors. If there's any errors, just read the log file in that. There's a log file here. You open that log file and it will tell you what the problem is, if there was any problems. I'm just going to go back to my thing. And now I can delete the PNG. We're done with that now. So these are two diffusers and normals for beach sand. Alright, so and now obviously in the editor itself, I'm going to show you how to bring that now in, and you have to do this for each texture that you convert. Alright, so you click on terrain, go here by the terrain on the attributes. If you don't have the attributes window, go window here on top and click attributes. It will pop up your attributes window. You click on terrain here, layer manager here at the bottom with the 3 dots, you click on that. And here at the bottom you say add layer. Alright, and now it's going to ask you for a weight map. Now I should have actually told you before we do this, you need 4 empty weights that is named the name of your new texture. So obviously I just want to go here to our actual map folder. So what I normally do is I go into my map, go into data or wherever your weight files are, and you open all the weights until you find one that is not been used. So here we go. I'm just going to open with paint.net and just have a quick browse. If it's all black, there's nothing in it, it's an unused channel, so you can use that one. So cobblestone 01, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to hold control and select them all 4, and then just drag them so it will show you that 4 little or the icon with the 4 in. Hold control again, it will say copy to data. Alright, so then once you leave it, it will copy all 4 of them and it will name it cobblestone 01 with a dash copy at the end. Alright, and then you can rename that to your new texture. So then you call it, in my case, it's beach sand. There it is, beach sand 01, 02, 03 and 04. So I've renamed that 4 copies into my new texture. Alright, though it's empty, but we're going to point it now to in the editor, start using them. Alright, so that is how you get 4 weights for your 4 channels of every texture. You need an empty weight set for it. Alright, so that's how you do that. Back into the editor. Now we're going to go to that folder of ours, go data, and then find beach sand 02, because we've done beach sand 02. There it is, beach sand 02. Select it, click open, and there you go. It should be right at the bottom. There should be one here. There it is, beach sand 02. So what we need to do now is call it here at the name. You type in beach sand 02. Beach sand 02. Press enter. There it is. And then now we're going to go and obviously now point to the map for the diffuse map and the normal. So you want to point that to the diffuse and the normal. I just want to maximize this so you can see the whole thing. Let's make this bigger as well. Alright, so I'm going to click here on the previous one just to get the directory, because it's a long directory. I'm going to copy that, Control C. What you can do also is take one of yours where the things are stored, and then just copy that directory. Click on the empty one here for beach sand 02 and paste, Control V. Alright, and then I'm just going to delete the last bit out of that, like so. The name of it, and then I'm going to click there, and it will take me there. You see, and now we're on the diffuse. So I'll click beach sand 02 diffuse. There it is here at the bottom. Click open, and it will pop it in there. You click OK, and it will drop it in here. And now the same with this one. Now what's nice here is I can just rinse and repeat, you know. In fact, yeah, I can just open that, Control V, and then just delete that again so we don't get confused. Click there, and the normal. So we open the normal there and click OK, and there it is, all done. And now what I do, you get different types of textures. There's ground, there's sand, there's grass, there's all kinds of different. So I have a look at what there is on the other textures. If you don't find here any in this map of yours, go into one of the default maps of the game and have a look at the sizes and the units and offsets and whatever. So for sand, I just had mine the same as beach sand wet, which is an in-game texture. So I'm just copying everything in there. So I'm duplicating, I'm typing should be 1.5 and enter, and then 0 and 0 and 0.2 is fine. And then here by the, I just want to make this thing a bit bigger so we can see the whole number. Here by the color, this is the red, green, blue, the color for it. So I'm going to copy. I've done the same with that. So I took the same color as beach sand wet and just put the color in there. So I'll just click in there and then type this numbers by red, green, blue. So click in there. It's 0.901, 0.901. Press the tab. Oh, that's not 2 zeros. It's just 0.901. Press the tab key, and then it jumps over to the next one, a 0.613, and the next one is 0.365. And then once you're done, you click OK, and it will drop it in there. And then softness is a 1, and you'll see once you've clicked on the next one, it drops the color in there. All right, so there we go for 1, and enter. And then here by material ID, you're going to go here to click on the down arrow. We're going to use sand, and this AI drive cost is how much resistance the texture gives to the AI when it drives over it, you know. So once again, follow the other types that are close to that. I'm just going to go 16 there because it's also sand. So I'm going to enter, and that is it, guys. So once I've done all 4 of them now, I can also add a combined layer, which is very handy because the combined layer takes all 4 these textures and it puts them on top of one another, rotating each one with 90 degrees. So you get a very smooth texture with no repetitive images when you paint a large area, you know. So very, very nice to have the combined layers. So the same drill with the combined layers is you just add combined layer at the bottom, give it the name sand. This one will be just river sand or just sand or beach sand, and then you choose that 4 layers that you've put in. You just click on each of them and do the same here and apply when you're done, and all is okay and I'm going to just do apply here now with the two inside. So I'm just going to go apply all changes. Yes. So now you just wait for it to finish. It's going to take a few seconds to apply the new texture. And don't worry if things go crazy in your map. Like for instance, if I close here now, you'll see your whole map has changed to animal mode, which is your first channel. It's right on top is animal mode. So don't go crazy, and just save your I just wonder if I need to save. Yeah, you need to save your changes. You go yes, and then just reopen your map. Open do crocodile tears is not very hard to come by, you know. So yeah, do make a backup of your work of your whole map before you do any changes like this in your game, just to have a backup and be safe, you know. So now once we're done, I want to show you that it is there. And I'm running that beach sand with only one channel. You can run any color with only one channel, but it's better to have all four, because then you can do the combined layer, which is nice. All right, there you are. You see everything is back to normal. No need to stress. So if we go to our texture tool now, and I select beach sand, that will be right at the bottom. There's beach sand 1 and 2. So I've done beach sand 2 now, and as you can see, it works very nice. Our texture's in there, and it's looking very good. And that is the way you do it, guys. So now it's just rinse and repeat. Add 4 channels for each texture. Come into your terrain, add them under the terrain layer manager, and also make a combined layer for it, so that when you select your texture here, the combined layers is these ones in capital letters. They give you a combined of all 4 textures, you know. That is very nice to use those. I actually prefer using them, because you don't want to paint something with one layer only. If you look at the thing, for instance, like let's take not concrete, asphalt. Asphalt, something that's got some texture on it. River mud, mountain rock. Mountain rock is normally a nice one to use for an example. I just want to show you. So if you do that, you see that is one single channel. You get these lines. It looks horrible. I don't know who will want to use that. It is totally horrible. So if you now go and you go to that was River Rock. If you go to River Rock, it's got a combined channel. Where is it? Was it now River Rock? What did I use now? Let's just quickly have a look. Control R. It's just rock. Okay, so rock. Let's just see if there's a combined. No, it is. That is a combined layer. Rock. That is what the combined layer looks like. So it takes all 4 channels and puts it so that you don't have that patterns, you know. Great. So guys, that is how you do a conversion in ground textures for FS19 to FS22. And now we are A4 away. We can do all our textures now easily without crocodile tears and long problems and whatever. So guys, thank you so much for watching. What I'm going to do now is I'm definitely going to investigate now that glossy thing on the map conversion, because maybe we can make the map conversion so much easier. And I'll bring out a video on that if it is possible. Maybe we can save giants and make them, how can you say, put them to shame. We can fix it on our own, you know. We can fix their broken editor and do a proper map conversion, you know. Yeah, that will be very nice. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, man. Remember to like and subscribe and to share. Take care, guys. Bless you, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.